The story begins back in 2011, where we meet EJ, a cheerful high school girl with one dream, to become a film director. Her camera is practically glued to her hand as she records everything around her, determined to turn her passion into a career. By her side is her boyfriend, Woo Soo-bin, and together they seem destined to chase that dream forever. But fast forward to 2025, and life has taken them down completely different paths. Soo-bin has become an internationally acclaimed film director, even winning the prestigious Golden Wave Award for his latest movie, The Wandering. During his acceptance speech, he surprises everyone by dedicating the award to his first love. Meanwhile, EJ couldn't be further from the future she once imagined. Instead of directing films, she's working as a television reporter. They're filming a segment by the sea, collecting clams from the muddy shore. As they head back with their harvest, EJ suddenly loses her footing and falls into the mud, prompting the cameraman to zoom in as she lets out a helpless cry. She still hides her frustrations behind a bright smile, but it's obvious this isn't the life she wanted. On her way home, EJ receives a call from her mother, who tells her that the landlord has raised the rent on her restaurant once again. Although worried, EJ reassures her that she'll find a way to handle it. Later, while doing laundry, EJ sees Soo-bin on the news announcing that he's returning to Korea to see her. Completely caught off guard, she drowns her emotions in alcohol and spends the night looking him up online, wondering why he's suddenly back after all these years. Back in Korea, in a cab, Soo-bin watches the segment EJ filmed at the sea where she picks clams. The taxi driver notices his interest, joking that he didn't expect someone his age to enjoy local TV shows. Soo-bin simply smiles and admits that he's simply a fan of the reporter. Before long, he shows up at her workplace, catching EJ in the middle of a heated argument with her producer. The moment she sees him standing there, she's so shocked that she instinctively hides under a desk. To understand why his return affects her so much, we rewind to their high school days. Soo-bin was a transfer student from Seoul who grew up in a wealthy family where every step of his future had already been planned. His parents expected him to become a doctor and eventually take over the family hospital. He never had a dream of his own until he met EJ. Watching her chase filmmaking with so much passion inspired him to start searching for a purpose himself. The two quickly grew closer through a series of unforgettable moments, from EJ hilariously faking a fainting spell during a school parade to sneaking onto a hospital rooftop just to capture the perfect sunset on camera. But the moment everything changed came when Soo-bin took a brutal beating from a drunk man just to protect EJ's camera. Afterwards, he confessed that he liked her and admitted that she had inspired him to find his own dream. From there, they started dating, spending their days filming together and imagining the future they would build side by side. Sadly, that future never came. Back in the present, EJ drags Soo-bin into the stairwell to finally confront him. The first thing he asks is whether she's dating anyone, so she lies and claims she's already married. Instead of believing her, he laughs, saying she's still just as funny when she's angry. He even asks her out to lunch, but EJ immediately refuses. She begs him to stop bringing up their past in interviews because his fans keep digging into her private life. When Soo-bin reminds her of the promise they made to become directors together, she coldly tells him that promise died the day he left for America and asks him to stay away from her. Unfortunately for EJ, Soo-bin has no intention of leaving. Later, EJ opens up to her childhood friend, Yoo Ji-yeon, an aspiring actor who's still struggling to land steady work while making deliveries to survive. She admits that seeing Soo-bin again has reopened old wounds she thought had healed, though she's determined to move on. Yoo Ji-yeon, however, isn't so forgiving. He blames Soo-bin's mother for ruining EJ's dream in the first place. Elsewhere, Soo-bin catches up with his team through a video call. Even they don't fully understand why he suddenly returned to Korea, but they choose to support him anyway. Soon after, he overhears actress Oh Ha-na complaining about him at breakfast because he rejected her audition for one of his films. Clearly, not everyone is thrilled to have the famous director back. Not long after, Yoo Ji-yeon unexpectedly bumps into Soo-bin at a cafe. Protective of EJ, he refuses to give Soo-bin her phone number, reminding him that he was the one who abandoned everything by moving to America. But as Yoo Jeon is leaving, Subin overhears Yoo Jeon talking to EJ on the phone and learns she's planning to sell some old videotapes online. Yoo Jeon's own luck finally begins to change when a delivery takes him to one of Hana's filming locations. After a model gets injured, Hana offers him the replacement role on the spot. He's overjoyed by the opportunity, while Hana quietly starts developing feelings for him. The next day, EJ meets the buyer interested in her old videotapes, only to discover it's Subin. She immediately refuses to sell them, but after he offers 10 times the asking price, she reluctantly gives in. Just when she thinks the awkward meeting is over, Subin pulls out the screenplay they wrote together years ago and asks her to make the movie with him. For EJ, it's the last straw. She dumps her coffee all over the script before storming out into the pouring rain. Subin follows her with an umbrella, hoping to talk, but the rain brings back the memories EJ has spent 15 years trying to forget. After he suddenly disappeared from her life, she waited outside his house every single day for 15 days, desperate for an explanation that never came. Standing in the rain again, all that heartbreak comes flooding back. Furious that he's acting as though nothing happened, she tells him he's the biggest regret of her life, snatches the umbrella from his hand, and walks away, leaving him standing alone in the rain, exactly the way he once left her.